Right here. We're still way up. There we go. Eagle is off, and Crunchy, his stream appears to be a bit behind. But we should get that synced up if past races are anything to go by. But yep, here we go. We'll see Eagle stream pause for a few seconds here to get the streams and the timers to sync up. And they're off. Gonna be basically the same start as an any percent. You go left, you get Morph Ball, you go through Brinstar, you get your missiles, and then you go get your bombs, and then that's where it changes. So at the moment, this will be pretty straightforward. If you've ever, even playing the game casually, you have to go that way. So if you've ever played this game, this is going to look familiar. Eagle taking the first of, I believe Eagle will be getting 2 hint statues. So this Eagle's getting the first one, Crunchy not far behind him. So Eagle will be getting a second hint statue because I'm fairly certain he's going to be doing early Brinstar. And I'm not actually sure which route Crunchy takes. I've seen him play a little bit, but I haven't had the opportunity to see him play too much. Eagle wisely choosing to skip Long Beam. It's a decision you can make, but it's, overall slower, so no reason to do it. And Eagle picking up his first missile pack. Crunchy should watch out for his health. He doesn't have full health here, so he's probably going to try and grab a drop from those guys, or stick around and wait for the worm drops. Eagle's going to go for the double here. Looks like he didn't get it. He's probably not going to go. No, he went for it a second time. That's an aggressive move. We'll see what Eagle looks like he's wisely choosing to wait around for the drops. I can't blame him for that decision. Crunchy's gotten 2 hits in. He's got the spikes. The spikes are not ideal, but the spikes do give you plenty of opportunity for drops. So in a race, the spikes aren't the worst thing that can happen. So now we have Eagle making his way to the infamous Hive Room. So Hive Room, even a few years ago, used to be really, really bad because he would basically just run into the hives and hope. But fortunately, I think it was Sam, the digital, who came up with this strat, which, believe it or not, the strat is actually slower, but it's significantly better for keeping your hair on your head. So we'll be seeing both runners opt for that strat. So now Eagle picking up his second missile pack. Crunchy coming through the Hive Room. Looks like he's... Oh, nope, he gets knocked off on the very last time. That's unfortunate. You don't want to get knocked down there because that's obviously a pretty significant time loss. So Eagle coming up on bombs here. And, ooh, he takes a hit. It doesn't matter for Eagle because he's doing early Brinstar. And in early Brinstar, you don't have to worry about drops. Crunchy taking a bit of a dip in the acid there. Eagle getting the bombs at about 329 or so. That's a time he's probably not very happy with. Crunchy taking the fall in the pre-bomb shaft, I guess you would call it. That's not something you want to do either, because obviously that's a time loss. So now Eagle's coming up to the first bit of RNG here. These bugs are pretty random. Sometimes you'll get one that just kind of drops out towards at the end. But as far as getting the bad bugs, that's the best bad bugs you can hope for. Sometimes a bug will just stay in the ceiling for several seconds, and there's nothing you can do about it. So now Eagle's going to be going for a fairly tricky bomb jump here. Looks good. Oh, never mind! Ouch. That's unfortunate. That's not something you want to see either. So now we'll see Crunchy deal with the bug. Oh, Crunchy gets the really bad bug, unfortunately. There's nothing you can do about that. Eagle getting his second hint statue of the game, telling him to go get Wave Beam, which he won't be doing right now. He doesn't really have the equipment to go get Wave Beam at the moment. Plus, it's slower to get it now, so, you know. Crunchy looks like he's opting for late Brinstar, so there's going to be a bit of a discrepancy between the two. For a bit, because Crunchy will have to go do the stuff that Eagle's doing right now during cleanup. So now Eagle's coming up to another series of bomb jumps. Let's see how these ones go for him. Oh, never mind. Man, I should not say anything about Eagle's bomb jumps. Crunchy gets the missile pack. And he's gonna be, man, Eagle is just not having a good time with the bomb jumps right now, unfortunately. Maybe I hyped him up a little too much and he's nervous. So now Crunchy will be heading over towards Kraid. Eagle waiting for some bug RNG here, not opting to do any sort of spiritual dance to speed up the bugs, just kind of waiting. That's probably going to cost him, unfortunately. Crunchy taking a slight detour to pick up a missile pack. Eagle picking up the extra energy tank. That is one of the nice things about doing early Brinstar. You don't have to worry too much about your health or ammo, because you get, I think, 2 or 3 extra missile packs, I forget off the top of my head, and an extra E-tank. So now we'll be seeing Eagle coming up to the third kind of tricky bomb jump in early Brinstar, while Crunchy makes his way down into Kraid. So Crunchy's in Kraid. Eagle's having a really rough time with the bomb jumps. It's just like, man, he's probably getting a bit tilted at this point. It's very frustrating to miss bomb jumps like that. So now we're gonna see Eagle take another minor detour to go get another missile pack. Just because early Brinstar doesn't take you near it, and there's no better time to go get it, really. So Eagle will be grabbing this missile pack. Crunchy wisely opting not to save Kraid cleanup for later. It's not really any faster for real time, and it's significantly harder to do, so that's why you don't see too many people doing it, except for Mandatobi, because he is mad. So now Eagle's going to be making his way towards Kraid. Crunchy coming up to the first diagonal bomb jump. This diagonal bomb jump is made tricky by the respawning enemy and the respawning blocks. So you've only got a couple of chances to get it before you have to reset the whole thing, which you can see him doing right here. Eagle picking up a missile pack. All right, that looks like a good setup. There we go. Crunchy gets his bomb jump. So now we'll see Crunchy coming up to the Acid Worm fight. Gets the wall jumps, but doesn't quite get enough height, it looks like, so he's opting to take the bomb cannon up. And now Eagle's heading down to Kraid. That was a rough Brinstar for Eagle. Lots of missed bomb jumps, unfortunately. But he's in Kraid now, so hopefully, new split, fresh start. Crunchy opting to farm 3 times, fill up his ammo. That's a big disadvantage with late Brinstar. You don't have much ammo, so if you don't get good drops, you have to farm like that. Now we'll be seeing Eagle following. I said following, not falling, but I guess Eagle. I don't know how he managed to do that. That's actually something I haven't seen him do before. But we'll be seeing Eagle follow over to Acid Worm now. Crunchy, he didn't have his position quite correct there, so a few of his missiles tinked off. But he's got Acid Worm down now, so that's good. So now Eagle's going to be heading up towards turning on the zip lines and killing Acid Worm. Crunchy, this is another kind of annoying thing to do because you have to do a wall jump with these enemies. I'm not sure I agree with Crunchy's decision to kill them with missiles, but just because, again, missile count's really important here. But now we'll see, he's going to have to farm a little bit because he wants 20 missiles at this point. Eagle will not have to farm because he has 36. Acid Worm takes 30 to kill. And Crunchy's coming up on a side hopper room that's going to require 20 to get through quickly. So he's going to be looking, he's going to pick up one more missile pack that'll give him 5, and then he'll be looking for a couple drops there to help speed that up. Eagle looks like he's having no issues with Acid Worm, which I wouldn't expect from a runner of his caliber. Yeah, Crunchy's standing to farm there, but he farms twice and gets his drops, so that's not nearly as bad as that can be. Those bugs really like to drop health. So Crunchy coming up to the Acid Worm skip room, but since we have the zip lines, it's trivial. Hey, well, I forgot about this bomb jump. This bomb jump is not exactly trivial. But getting across the giant pit of acid is trivial, I'll clarify. So, and this bomb jump is again made tricky by a destructible floor and a respawning block right where you need to be jumping to. So, now we'll be seeing Eagle go through much the same way, but because he's done early Brinstar, he has, more than enough ammo. Crunchy gets his bomb jump. So Eagle's not going to be stopping to farm anywhere because he has more than enough. And Crunchy riding the zipline right across that pit of acid. Now we'll be seeing him take on the 2 giant side hoppers. He gets the bad Ripper pattern. You can't beat that Ripper up when he's going that way, unfortunately, so he has to wait for that. And he dispatches the giant side hopper nice and quickly. Eagle gets the bomb jump first try, which, again, a runner of Eagle's caliber, that's more or less expected. Eagle gets the better Ripper pattern, so he just goes right through. And he has a nice quick strat there for opting to do the double bomb jump instead of the JBJ. So not a bad decision. The JBJ is really kind of tight. And it's just a silly time loss if you miss it. So now Crunchy's coming up to the most boring room in the game, which you just gotta blow up the ball cannons to take out the speed booster blocks because we do not have speed booster yet in this route. Eagle hot on his heels, although Eagle's actually ahead at this point because Eagle's done Brinstar cleanup. So we'll see if Eagle's going to go for the fancy... No, Eagle's not going for the fancy strat here. You can... If you saw the last race, you would see... You saw, I think it was Mobius Man go for it. But Eagle's opting to just play it safe, which, I can't disagree with him. He's in this sort of a race for him. He mostly wants to make sure nothing incredibly silly happens. So... Crunchy picking up the first unknown item, taking the refill. You take this refill because you need more missiles to kill Kraid, even with early Brinstar. So, we'll see both of the runners take the refill there. Neither of them tried to set up a refill glitch, which I'm not surprised at. That refill glitch is incredibly difficult to get. So, now we see Eagle heading over to the side hopper room. Crunchy making his way through the side hopper room. You want to kill these side hoppers without stopping, like Eagle is doing here. Sometimes they give you bad patterns and you can't quite kill them like that. Now we'll be looking for Crunchy to shoot the block and walk right through like that. You don't want to fall down there. Eagle will be doing the spinning strat, which is, frames slower because you lose a bit of momentum. And I'll be looking for both of these runners to take down Kraid in one round. Crunchy looks like he got knocked off. Eagle is notoriously bad at Kraid for a runner of his caliber. Looks like he gets the 3-round. Crunchy looks like he got the 3-round, but I think Crunchy got knocked off, but I think it was still a 3-round. But he does lose time to getting a 3-round without getting knocked off. So now Eagle's going to be... Actually, both of them are going to be picking up Speed Booster because it's, right here. So now we'll be seeing them both make their way out of Kraid, just picking up a missile pack... sorry, not a missile pack, an energy tank before leaving. And doing the very first Shine Spark of the game, straight up here. Saves a significant amount of time over wall jumping the whole way up like you're, in quotes, intended to do. We don't want anyone to fall down in this room either. Yep, looks good. Falling down in that room is really bad. Now, we'll see if Eagle can get the sub-pixel perfect shot. He doesn't. That's not surprising. That shot happens once in a blue moon. But you can activate the zip line on your way in, and it saves a little bit of time if you do it properly. And Eagle's out of Ridley. Crunchy wind sparks right into the ceiling. That's unfortunate. So now they're both in a cutscene. That's like you to hydrate a little bit. Also, apparently the cue for my air conditioning to turn on. So apologies if any background noise gets through. All right, so Eagle's now going to be making his way over to Norfair. And so is Crunchy, because Crunchy's right behind him. So I'm going to make use of the little ball cannon there to pick up a missile pack. And both runners picked up this E-tank after doing Kraid. You can opt to do it before. I don't think it's any slower, but the standard option is to get it on the way out of Kraid. And Crunchy, just misses the last bomb jump. Okay, there we go, he's got it. Now, technically, this missile pack that Eagle's picking up, it's faster to get it during cleanup, which you saw Mobius Man do in the last race. But I don't think that's a gigantic time save, and it's one of those things where if you're used to doing it one way, you're probably going to want to do it that way in the race. Eagle picking up Charge Beam. Again, picking up Charge Beam early is technically slower, but Eagle likes having it for comfort, and you'll see most people picking up there anyway, because it does make a few things a bit easier. So, Crunchy picking up Charge Beam now. Eagle watching a cutscene. Crunchy just going to be making his way over to the elevator, and then he'll be watching the cutscene. So now, most of Norfair is off to the right. Both runners are going to be going left because you need to pick up Power Grip to progress further. In Norfair, excuse me, because there's a plant blocking your way. That only leaves when you get Power Grip. So, and actually, in 100%, we can pick up a pack of supers in Criteria early. So even if we could progress without that, I don't think we would want to. Just because having the additional super, having the supers this early is really nice. And it in fact opens up a lot of things in Norfair. So, and simplifies cleanup a bit. So now Eagle picking up the unknown item, Crunchy coming up on the unknown item himself in about 10-15 seconds or so. So now we'll be seeing Eagle go for the early super missiles here. Little JBJ there, saves a bit of time. And Eagle looks like he's got it. Again, this going left like that is technically slower, and you have to do a JBJ out of there, but you can't jump straight up or else you'll spark straight up. So it's very difficult, and you don't see too many people go for it. But Eagle's got his supers. Let's see how Crunchy handles this. Yep, Crunchy looks like he's in position, so he'll have his supers momentarily. Eagle's got Power Grip, which in a lot of ways is actually a bit of a nuisance, but it's 100% and you need it to progress further in the game at this point, so we gotta get it now. But Power Grip does make some tricks a bit more difficult. Like notably when you're screw attacking or space jumping, speed boosting through some through some blocks, you can sometimes just grab right onto them, and it's very annoying. But there's nothing we can do about it, so we just have to deal with it. Crunchy going for his double bomb jump up here. I didn't actually mention that. If you bomb jump up this fast enough, you can beat the platforms, which is what Eagle did. But Crunchy missed his bomb jump, unfortunately, so he's showing off the backup wall jump strat. Eagle now going to be heading over towards Ice Beam, which until fairly recently, well, relatively recently, I should say, within the past couple of years, was actually slower to get Ice Beam now rather than on your way out of Norfair. But because of a new glitch discovered in Ridley, we pick up Ice Beam now. I'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to it. So now we just see the runners making their way over towards Ice Beam, Crunchy picking up his missile pack, Eagle making use of the fact that he has Charge Beam. And with the route Eagle does, and with a runner of his skill, it's very possible for him to skip refilling Warfare entirely. I strongly doubt we'll see him try that. But that's the thing that makes early Brinstar a faster option than late Brinstar. So we'll definitely be seeing Crunchy heal, because early Brinstar, it's very, very difficult to skip through both refills. But I imagine for the most part we'll see the same things from both runners in Norfair. And you see Eagle doing the first little heated room here. So this one's not too bad. You constantly take damage, but there's platforms everywhere. So this first one's not a big deal. It doesn't deal too much damage, and it's not something that most people worry about. Crunchy, unfortunately, getting a really awkward ripper pattern there. But now he's through that, so he's going to be getting the couple missile packs up at the top part of Norfair. And it doesn't... Looks like he's opting not to try the wall jump out of the acid. Or sorry, lava. Eagle's coming up to the John room here. It's not really called the John room, but it's got the John missile in it, named because I probably missed this missile more than anyone else. Also making use of the gigantic explosion radius of the bombs there to do a little bomb jump up there. And it looks like, oh boy, looks like Eagle's capture card has bugged out on him. So, all right. I guess while we wait for that to kind of get sorted out one way or another, we'll just see. We'll just watch what Crunchy's doing on this very interesting loading screen. Hopefully that's not Eagle's game crashing and he's still playing just fine. But all right, now we see Crunchy coming up to this same room. Oh, looks like he lost his speed there, but he's opting to kill that guy. That's a reasonable decision. That guy can sometimes troll you a bit. Okay. So Eagle's in chat saying that he's gonna fix this. It's gonna crash his computer. So. I'm not quite sure how he's going to wind up healing this. Crunchy doesn't quite get the shot off. Yeah. This is an interesting choice because I would have personally gotten the missile, but his health is not in the best position right now. So, okay, he's opting to just get through the room, not worry about dying, and then just refill at high jump. That's an entirely reasonable strategy. I cannot fault him for making that decision. Oh no. Okay, he's good. I was worried that he was going to get an unfortunate damage boost out of that dude, that fire spitting thing. Opting to take it slow in this room, which I can certainly understand with having 49 health. So Crunchy, we're going to see him pick up high jump and refill here. This is another thing. This is high jump refill is technically slower, but you need to pull off refill glitches screw attack to make it slower. So for the most part, you'll see people healing at high jump. So now Crunchy's going to go through the big heated run of this category. This whole series of heated runs, I believe takes something like, I want to say it takes in the general vicinity of like 150 health. So he kills that enemy, get him out of the way for his bomb jump. He gets the bomb jump first try, perfectly fine. And we're going to see him jump over that side hopper because he wants to preserve his supers. So Crunchy gonna be picking up the early screw attack by making use of some carefully placed missile blocks by the developers. So Crunchy opting to refill at screw attack. I can't really blame him for that. 150 health is very sketchy for the next heated room. So I can certainly understand taking that bit of safety in the race. He also did take a bit of a beating getting to screw attack, so that's totally understandable. So Crunchy now going to be making his way down towards Wave Beam, and in a race scenario, probably the most dangerous room in the game. But since he refilled that screw attack, he shouldn't have too much trouble. But it's this room hidden down in the floor right there. This room can go very poorly very quickly because it's very easy for the enemies to knock you into the lava with the way screw attack works in this game. So fortunately, it looks like Crunchy gets... Oof, that was a little sketchy, but it looks like he made it through just fine. And he's got plenty of health, so it's not a huge deal if he does take a small dip in the lava. I'm not really worried about him dying. Yeah, he's through, plenty of health remaining. Just misses that wall jump. Goes for it again, just misses it again. So now we'll see Crunchy making his way through the vine room. There's one more heated room coming up, but it doesn't take much. It shouldn't take more than 50 health. It's fairly straightforward and it's pretty short. But Crunchy going to be picking up Wave Beam. I'll be looking for Eagle to return, hopefully pretty soon. It doesn't look like he's forfeited yet, but it does look like he's restarted his computer. So, all right. So now Crunchy is going to be making his way to the last. No, actually, no. This is the last. There's one more heated room you go through. That's the last one in Norfair, and he's going to be shooting some missiles through a wall there. And we're going to look for him to kill this caterpillar in one go. It didn't look like he was set up for it. That's okay. It's not a huge time loss. So it looks like he's opening the door there to get this Shine Spark going. Charge Beam makes this a lot easier because you need to shoot that block out like immediately. It stays destroyed, but still you don't want to have to reload a room and get some extra door transitions. And it looks like he's kind of taking it a little slow through the vine room. That's okay. And now we're coming up to the second hardest boss of the category. Hardest boss being Kraid. What you want to do is you need to shoot off all the vines. It takes 3 missiles per vine, and there's 3 vines per side. So ideally, you want to do it with wall jumps like he did there, but it looks like he didn't quite get the first wall jump off. So he's got everything in a rather annoying position, but that's okay. He gets through it. That really wasn't as bad as that can go. So he's watching a cutscene. I'm going to take another drink of water here because talking solo for about half an hour does have a way of drying out the mouth. So on Eagle's screen, we can see that the font he has in this version is slightly different. Crunchy forgetting to go to Imago, it seems, but he remembered, so he's okay. So early killing Imago now is definitely the faster strategy. You can opt to kill Imago later when you have more super missiles, but that's slower. We'll see if Crunchy hits the visual cue here. Looks good. Not quite. He didn't have quite good enough missiles shooting. Oh, did he miss a super? I didn't think he did. Okay, no, I don't think he did. Just was a little slow on his missile shots. That's okay. Getting the single round is kind of tight, and getting a 2-round is about 10 seconds slower, so it's not a huge deal. We'll see him go for Imago Spark here. Nah, not quite. As Imago Spark's kind of tight. So now we'll get to see him showing off the little morph ball tunnel here. And he goes, okay, he gets it. You don't want to fall down through the fake floor there either. That's another fairly significant time loss. We see him killing the owls for the super drops. Oh wow, he's killing everything for super drops. So now, pause the stream here. Give me a second for this to refresh. Okay, well, now we see Crunchy setting up for the ice clip. This is why we get Ice Beam early, so we can do this. Basically, what happens there is when you have two enemies frozen on top of each other, and you kill them both at the same time, the game tries to move you from the position of one to the position of the other. But since the other one's dead, it's down near its spawn point, but it only shifts your vertical position. So it's something along those lines. That's a very technical explanation, I know, but it's more or less how it works. Crunchy getting through the first puzzle room. That's good. There's 3 puzzle rooms in Ridley. This first one's probably the easiest. Opting to go straight up, I can't blame him for that decision. You can spark diagonally through those blocks and save yourself a couple seconds, but it's kind of risky if you miss it. Skips the map. Good stuff. So, Eagle has not forfeited from the race, so Eagle is still in on this. However, we have no way of knowing where he is at the moment. Now we see Crunchy setting up to go into the next pair of puzzle rooms. This is the intended way to get in here. These next two... Oh no, he doesn't quite press down quickly enough. That's unfortunate. Now he has to go all the way back and get that spark. But I'm not sure what's going on with Eagle here. So, okay, there we go. Yeah, he's probably going to opt to just spark right and play it safe. Again, you can use a diagonal spark there to save yourself a couple seconds, but pretty risky if you miss it. This is, for a lot of newer players, this is the trickiest puzzle room because you're timed on it just by the bomb chain. But if you have enough time to move through the room, and Crunchy gets through it no problem. That's always good to see. It's always good to see people getting the puzzle rooms to go well. But the next puzzle room is kind of infamous because there's basically this trick is a 3, maybe a 4 frame window. He gets trolled by the missile block. There's a missile block in the middle of that giant block of blocks. So with short beam, there's not much you can do about it. Looks like Eagle's back-ish? No, his timer's reset, it seems. Because he had to reset his computer. Eagle's back at the SRL channel, so we should be seeing him. out of speed jump at this point. That's interesting. Okay, so... Huh. I'm not quite sure where all of that went, and I have no idea how out of sync the streams are at this point because Eagle's timer's been reset. But okay. So now we have Eagle and Crunchy both. I'm actually sort of surprised that they came out this close. So now both of them picking up the supers, coming up to another kind of tricky room, the pillar jump room. Eagle gets it, no problem. Crunchy sets up for it, gets it, no problem. Both of them might be looking for a super drop, but not like really looking for a super drop. It's Eagle taking another pause there. Crunchy picking up his... Now this is kind of the last tricky item room in Ridley, just because you don't want to fall down and take that ball cannon because it's slow. And Crunchy avoids the ball cannon. Eagle also avoids the ball cannon, so that's good. Eagle got the super. Got the super. Oh, Eagle's going back for some super drops. I can't blame him for that. Crunchy went back for a small health drop. I'm curious why you went back for that, but that's okay. So now we'll be seeing them come up to the hardest boss in this category. Ridley dies in, I think Ridley dies in about 7 to 10 seconds in this category. Just because it takes 10 supers to kill him, and both of these runners have 9, so they'll be shooting 9 supers and 5 regular missiles. So he should go down pretty quickly. So I'm not sure if Crunchy's first shot hit. It didn't. Yeah, it looked like he missed his first super, shot it a little too quickly. Eagle looks like he had a bit of a better fight there. Didn't miss any supers. So now they'll be looking for super drops from Ridley. Eagle getting the top tier luck. Actually, I'm not sure if that's a 6 or 8 on his stream. Crunchy getting 4. 4 is not bad. Really, the worst thing, really, you want to have 4 out of Ridley is a good position. We'll probably see Eagle skip that farm. Yep. Crunchy probably will take it. Yeah. Eagle's going to opt to farm the owls on the way out instead, which is a little bit faster. And with 6 or 8 supers, I can't blame him for that. So now we'll see Eagle going for Jumpy here. Gets Jumpy. Oh, Crunchy. Unfortunately, looks like he fell down there. Screw attack destroying bomb blocks is kind of awkward in this few scenarios. Eagle getting his 2 super drops from the owls, no problem. Crunchy going for the sort of alternative Jumpy for where you freeze the bug and then jump onto him. A little slower, but still better than the alternative strats, which are either bomb jumping or wall jumping. The wall jump up to that missile is stupid. Eagle making use of a ball cannon to get out of Ridley, and he's going to be doing another Shine Spark here to get out of Norfair. Crunchy is going to be doing the same thing pretty shortly. So I'm kind of sad that we couldn't see much of Eagles, Ridley, or Norfair, but because those are probably 2 of my favorite sections of this run, to be honest. But that's okay. Now we'll see Eagle make his way directly to Torian. This is where the time difference is really going to show up, because Eagle is going straight to Torian. He's going to be picking up Brinstar Super and then straight to the heads. Crunchy has to go through the whole upper part of Norfair that Eagle already went through. So the routes are going to converge once they enter Torian. So Eagle doing a slightly fancy strat for that room. It's really consistent, so it's not nearly as scary as it looks. That said, I don't do it, but, you know. We'll probably... I'm not sure what strategy we'll see Crunchy adopt for Brinstar Super. But... Now Eagle coming up to the most overpowered weapon in the game. Crunchy opts to just roll out the side. That's perfectly reasonable. And that's how I do it, so... And I think Dragon Fangs does it that way as well, if I remember his race correctly. So now Crunchy is going to be making his way to the top of Norfair, or Brinstar, sorry. Eagle's going to be making his way over to Torian, where he's going to be rolling the proverbial dice. And more or less hoping for good super drops, because Torian and 100%, it's not threatening. There's very, very little worry of dying, but the big thing is you want to get super drops, because super drops are faster. So Crunchy uses the wave beam instead of his missile, so he has to wait for all those blocks to reform, because he needs those last blocks to jump off of. Long beam is not the best weapon. That was a very sarcastic statement. Long beam is more or less useless in this game. So we see Eagle. One of the advantages of early Brinstar is that you get to go into Torian with all 12 supers instead of 11 like we're going to see Crunchy have. Oh, Crunchy gets massively trolled by the bugs, so he just opts to pick them up. Bugs can block your shots like that. Eagle, haven't been paying attention to his drops. So even though Vari is right where Crunchy is, we're still not going to get it. Eagle not getting any super drops there. Oh, there's one. The reason for that is that the game gives you Varia when you pick up the fully powered suit. So Eagle opting to use his super missiles in this room. Oops. Oh, yeah, gets a double drop. Very nice. Eagle having a very, very cleanly executed Torian. Drop luck, maybe not the strongest, but having a bit of an inconvenient hitbox for the Metroids. The Metroid hitboxes are weird because the only part of them that's actually the hitbox is the red. Gets knocked out of the way by the red rink there a little bit. So now Crunchy picking up the last missile pack in Brinstar. Eagle not opting to skip the Zebatites, which, although it's technically possible, it's having a bit of trouble with that one. It's not faster, and it's basically TAS only anyway, so that was a kind of tongue-in-cheek reference to the Zeb skip and super. Making use of the safe spot in Mother Brain. So the basic strategy here is you want to shoot. Mother Brain shoots her I-beam every time you hit her with five missiles. So what you want to do is you want to shoot her with 4 missiles and then a super, because it doesn't like roll over. So once she shoots the I-beam, the counter resets. So that allows going 4 missiles and a super lets you get 9 missiles worth of damage out in one round as opposed to 5. So now Eagle with the 133 escape. Well done, Eagle. That's not something you see very often. Most good runners will usually get a 132, sorry. So Eagle's in the long cutscene. This cutscene takes about 1:15. Crunchy now going to be making his way through Torian and rolling the dice. Opting to pick the drops up from the first Metroid. Not the worst idea. I'm going to hydrate for a moment while Crunchy makes his way through the Metroid rooms and Eagle watches the cutscene. Crunchy not getting very good super drops at the moment. Unfortunate. Out there's one. So really, the time save from having supers just comes from the fact that it's jumps right into the Metroid. That's unfortunate. Oh no, Crunchy. Not only did he miss his super entirely, he's also gone below 4. So that's, if you have fewer than 4 super missiles at Mother Brain, you lose time to Mother Brain, which is why you saw Eagle always keep 4 super missiles in reserve. So Crunchy's going to have to hope he gets a super drop here in the next couple of Metroid rooms. Eagle starts off as suitless. Suitless plays pretty much the same in every category because, you know, you don't have any upgrades. But done absolutely optimally, it's identical. Crunchy gets grabbed. That's unfortunate. But in a race scenario, he gets a super drop. That's good for him. In a race scenario, you don't see people going for heel skip because it's very, very risky. In any percent, you might have been more likely to see it just because the game's mostly over at this point for any percent. But in 100%, there's a lot left, and there's a lot left that can go wrong. So in a race scenario, I can't imagine heel skip like ever being worth it. Eagle didn't look like he got that first room in suitless to go perfectly, so he had to wait a little longer there. Crunchy going through the Zebetite room and fighting Mother Brain. Eagle going for tripwire skip here. Yep, looks like he's got it. Tripwire skip is one of those tricks where it's not really too hard, but it's still one of those things that Crunchy miscounting his ammo there and wasting a super. That's unfortunate. So now he's going to have to take an extra round or 2 on Mother Brain. Yeah. So now Eagle going to be making use of a nice well-placed shortcut here. Crunchy going for Escape Spark. Well, not really Escape Spark. Torian Escape Spark. He gets it. Eagle doing a little jump extend there to avoid having to climb up from a power grip. So now we'll see. I'm curious to see if Eagle will go for fast searchlights. I would think he would. Yeah. Oh, he doesn't get it. Didn't land on the platform. If you land, you have to land on the very edge of the platform is the thing. It's easy to not land on the platform when going for it, but that's okay because that's still faster than being detected. So it's not really it's like a 2-second loss for Eagle or so. Not really a big deal. Crunchy's out of Torian now. So he'll be watching the cutscene and then starting his suitless. Eagle going to be making use of another well-placed shortcut here. Lets him skip a couple rooms. And door transitions. And we'll be seeing that shortcut again when they go to start cleanup. Eagle leaving the mothership and heading towards the Chozo Ruins. Which, in my opinion, the Chozo Ruins is the much harder half of Suitless. So we'll be starting off. Eagle's going to be wall jumping up past a couple searchlights here. Yeah, no trouble at all. You have to get that wall jump pretty much. There's not much room for error because if you do make too big of an error, the searchlights will hit you and you'll get detected. So now Eagle going for Sam Strat here. You're going to see him freeze the pirate. And Sam Strat's like a very, very small time save, but considering how you lose nothing trying it. So you'll see pretty much everyone go for it. Crunchy's starting his suitless off now. Eagle gets Sam Strat, so that basically saves him having to duck into the save room for a second or so. So Eagle observing the fake powerbomb tank. That's the save room he would have had to duck into if he missed Sam Strat. We'll see Crunchy go for the map skip here shortly. Eagle, that's the last time Eagle will be detected. Because he's going to have the alarm on. Looks like Crunchy got map skip. Not going for heel skip again. That's totally expected in this scenario. So now Eagle's going to have the alarm on for the rest of his suitless segment. Crunchy's going to be looking to have... Crunchy's got the pirate in the right position, so he's not going to have to stop for quite as long as Eagle did in this room. So Eagle's going to be coming up to Charlie in just another couple of rooms here. Let's see. Crunchy opting to go for tripwire skip. Oh, just a little low on that wall jump. That's unfortunate. I thought he had that. You do have to be quick with that wall jump for tripwire skip is the thing. So now Eagle's going to be coming up to Charlie. Crunchy turning off the alarm a little early so he doesn't have to drop past that barrier. Now Eagle going to be fighting RNG the boss. So this boss is pretty much random. There's not too much you can do to influence or manipulate his patterns. The only thing you can do really is if you shoot yourself on the mirror and cause damage to yourself, the pattern you shoot will appear on average 1 second faster. It's not a guarantee though, so it's not really it's not a manipulation as much, but we'll see how well Eagle's patterns go here. We'll see. We're going to see if Crunchy opts to not do fast searchlights, which I can't blame him for, really, because fast searchlights loses you about 6 or 7 seconds, I think, if you miss it. Eagle getting some really unfortunately slow Charlie patterns despite the damage boosting. Oh, that last one was nice and quick. Crunchy gets through this room, no problem. Getting detected in that room isn't a big deal because you just take the shortcut anyway. Eagle gets the glitch. That's neat, so you'll be seeing some kind of glitched out beam effects once he finishes this cutscene. So now Crunchy entering the Chozo Ruins section of Suitless. Eagle's massively overpowered now. So, yep, and there's those little glitched shot effects there. So now pretty much nothing's going to be able to pose much of a threat to Samus at this point. He can pretty much just tear right through all the pirates and such. So now Eagle's going to be coming up to the first trick of cleanup here. He has to keep a Shine Spark chain through a couple of rooms, pick up a missile pack, and then Shine Spark into an energy tank. So the missile pack's right in here. It's a minor detour, but it does make this whole thing. Crunchy went for Samstrap and missed his shot on the pirate, unfortunately. So we're going to see Crunchy duck into the save room. Eagle picks up the E-tank. And Crunchy, it looks like he's having a bit of trouble with the power grip there. Eagle's got the power bomb tank. Yes. Eagle's got the energy tank, so now he's going to pick up a super missile tank. And we've got Crunchy going to duck into the save room at the top of this room here and turn off the alarm. That's what Sam Strat saves, so if you don't get it, it's really not a big deal. So now, Eagle's going to be making his way towards power bombs, which is going to take him right up to the last part, at the very end of the game. But unfortunately, we're going to have to do a lot of backtracking here because of how power bombs are located. Crunchy looks like he's having a bit of trouble with his wall jump there. He opts to just power grip way up. That's fine. So, there's not much interesting going on at the moment. Crunchy is just making his way through the last bit of Suitless. Eagle's working his way towards power bombs. And once Eagle gets power bombs, he's going to be backtracking to the rest of the game to do some cleanup and pick up the rest of his items. Crunchy got all his wall jumps there. That's good. If you miss the wall jumps there, it can lead to the alarm being on for longer. And you have to wait in that game a little bit. So, see if Eagle gets the curved shot. Ah, he doesn't get the curved shot. Unfortunately, he loses out on a few style points from that one. Because it doesn't save any time. Crunchy, watching the cutscene. Eagle just kind of working his way back towards the power bombs. He's almost there. So you'll see him do that weird diagonal shot there to activate the work bot a little early. And you see him use supers. Using supers on the work bot, not only does it make the work bot move faster, it also saves frames during the mandatory refill animation that he's going to be taking. And he screw attacks that pirate and uses the charge beam to... Oh, he didn't get that strat. That's very odd. That charge beam was supposed to destroy the last shootable block in that chain, but he didn't quite get it. And let's see what kind of luck Crunchy gets with his Charlie fight here. Not a very fast first pattern. That's a very slow first pattern, unfortunately. Hopefully the second, third, and fourth patterns go a little better for him. Second pattern, that's a slow second pattern, unfortunately. But again, there's not much you can do about it other than just hope the third pattern again with the slow patterns. Wow. That is an uncommonly bad Charlie. Oh, he got it. Got that shot off. Nice. That was a tricky shot at the end, but he got it. That was a very unfortunate Charlie for Crunchy, but there's nothing he can do about that, unfortunately. Eagle's capture card bugged out, so he had to reset his timer and his computer, actually. So Eagle's got his power bomb, so now he's going to be backtracking way back to the rest of the game, and he's going to be doing cleanup. Crunchy is now incredibly overpowered as well. A little fancy strat there from Eagle to save an unmorphed shot. So now we're going to see Crunchy coming up to this long Shine Spark chain and then making his way over to Power Bomb, so that doesn't quite hit that pirate with the screw attack. Eagle going through the Shine Break room. No need to do Shine Break this time around though, so obviously he doesn't do it. Crunchy opting to play it a little safe by recharging that Spark. I can't blame him for that. Eagle making use of a helpful pirate there, and that's a little slow. It shouldn't matter. Eagle making quick work of the workbot room. Crunchy gets the missile and the E-tank on his first pass. That's always good to see. So now we're going to see Eagle take the mandatory refill here. Crunchy missing pressing down a little early, it looks like. That's a mandatory refill because we need power bombs, and nothing drops power bombs out here, unfortunately. So power bomb drops in general are pretty rare in this game. So now we're going to be seeing Eagle coming up to the Glass Tube, Glass Tube is one of the most important strats in 100% because it saves a fairly significant amount of real time. So we'll see him wait for the cue for the screen to stop shaking, then he's gonna run for the Shine Spark. I'm not sure if we'll see Eagle go for the fancy method. No, he safes it up and does the Shine Spark. I absolutely can't blame him for that. A little slower, but significantly more consistent. So Eagle doesn't get hit in that room, that's always nice. So now Eagle's in the lottery room. The reason it's called the lottery is because you're looking for a power bomb drop. Getting a power bomb drop in this room saves about 5 seconds, but it's not a guaranteed thing at all. I think it's only about 25% chance. So Crunchy Shine Sparking up, and there's not much interesting going on at that point of the game. It's pretty much just basic, just moving through the game. Movement through the game to get to the power bombs efficiently. Side note, I didn't mention this, but if you have a charge beam, those little green dudes won't shoot at you. So now we're going to be seeing Eagle do another long Shine Spark chain because he didn't get the power bomb drop. if he had the drop, he could have space boosted through this room. But since he didn't get the drop, he has to do this long chain, which is, I'll be honest, it's a little bit stressful because it's a gigantic loss if you mess it up. Eagle making a little bold move there of not recharging after that first recharge, but he gets comfortably gets it. And fun fact about this powerbomb tank that Eagle is picking up: if you like hack the game in such a way that you can go get it before now, you won't pick it up. It's fake. So, and that's because there's 2 instances of the room. So now Eagle's going to be making his way back into destroyed Torian. Fancy little space boost there. Crunchy doesn't look like Crunchy knows about the charge beam setup for that. So he uses just the regular beam to clear it out. It's okay. It's not a huge time loss. Basically just a bomb timer. So Crunchy kind of getting knocked around in that room a little bit. That's not unusual. That room has a way of doing that. So now Eagle's going to be going for the Torian space boost because there's some speed blocks in the main shaft. But this is the only place we can get a speed boost, so we got to go out here. And Crunchy's about to pick up his power bombs. Eagle, perfectly fine. Torian space boost, no issues. Eagle opting to just purely space jump up. That's pretty typical strat for this room. I think it's technically faster to land on the platforms because you don't have a cooldown before you can jump again. Oh no, Eagle's capture card. Wow. That's really unfortunate. Man, this is actually the first time I've seen Eagle have issues with his capture card. It figures that it would happen during the tournament race, right? So now we'll see. We're seeing Crunchy make his way back towards cleanup now while we wait to see what Eagle does with this. So Crunchy's going to be working his way through the mothership. Opts to handle these slightly differently than Eagle does, which is not a big deal. Doesn't make use of the helpful pirate. It's okay, it's not a huge difference. Not a huge loss. Eagle, I don't think Eagle's game or anything crashed. I think, oh boy, Crunchy, Gets the work bot in the bad position. I don't think Eagle crashed. I think his game should be just fine. His capture card crashed. Crunchy getting a blind space pirate there. It's very interesting. So Eagle should still be fine to play, but we're stuck staring at the screen for a little bit. Crunchy taking the mandatory refill, not saving. We're hearing title music. Interesting. I can't hear anything, so we'll see what happens. Let's see. Oh, Eagle has forfeited from the race. Wow. Oh, Crunchy misses glass tube. That's a bummer. So that's a really unfortunate occurrence for Eagle. So Crunchy, as a backup, he's opting to grab this power bomb now, which is a good idea, because if you have this extra power bomb, you don't have to play the lottery, and getting this power bomb is only slower because it doesn't let you do glass tube. So since Crunchy isn't doing glass tube anyway, no reason for him not to get the power bomb. I think since Crunchy's newer, I think we'll see him pick up the... I think we'll see him, do the intended method for this. Get some bad positions on these little guys that have a name that I don't know. So, this is the intended... No, he gets sniped out of his Shine Spark. That's a real bummer. That can happen in this game, unfortunately. Crunchy gets a power bomb drop. He is not going to pick it up. There's no reason for him to. But... Alright. Okay, and he gets it this time. Technically, the faster backup for Missing Blast Tube is to do the old route cleanup. But old route cleanup hasn't been a thing for several years now at this point. So even the more experienced runners don't always remember exactly how it goes. So Crunchy picking up these super packs. So he's ignoring playing the lottery again because he has the extra power bombs, so no reason for him to. So now he'll be picking these guys up, and he's going to be going basically into the standard cleanup route at this point. It's going to be slightly different from the little bit we saw Eagle get through. Just because he has that extra power bomb. So we'll see him be able to space boost through this room. We'll see how far he takes that. Yeah, he gets it. Oh, perfectly done. So I feel pretty sorry for Eagle. It's unfortunate to lose a tournament, right? Race too, stuff like that. So that's where the extra power bomb drop saves time. So now Crunchy's gonna play it a little safe here. And he's gonna position himself very precisely. It's actually not that precise. I think most of that back slope works. So now we're going to see Crunchy opt for the space boost. Oh, he bonks. He should have lit the power bomb there, but that's okay. It's not a huge deal. So now we're going to be seeing Crunchy clean up Destroyed Torian, go for the Torian space boost. You can also Shine Spark through there. I don't see people doing it very often. And it's fairly precise. I'm not sure exactly how precise, but now we see Crunchy kind of making his way through this acid. Interestingly, this acid that hurts you when you have Gravity Suit, only located in that room. So now we're going to see him. Oh, he's opting for the Shine Spark method. That looks good. Yeah, he gets it. Very nice. That's not something you see all that often. So it's kind of cool that we were able to see that. So now Crunchy is officially ahead of Eagle. And we'll see. Now we'll be seeing Crunchy making his way back down to Brinstar. Laying the power bomb because he didn't earlier to destroy those blocks. Now we will be seeing him drop down to Brinstar, pick up a few items in crate, and then head into Norfair for Norfair cleanup. So in cleanup, there's a lot of like small little strats that you can opt to do. That can save you, a second or so, but they'll significantly increase the difficulty. We probably won't see any. We probably won't see too many incredibly fancy strats here. We'll probably see him look to play it safe. I'm not sure if he's watching the SRL channel or not, but so this is an item that you need to gravity suit to get, so you have to get this during cleanup. Everything else in Creed you can get your first time through, but looks like Eagle is back. That's interesting. Is he gonna unforfeit? Nope. Looks like he's undone himself. So we might see him. We should see him. We might see him come back at this point. Looks like he's still paused at the moment, but we'll see. Crunchy picking up the missile tank. Oh, yep. There we go. Eagle's back. Never mind. Man, what a roller coaster of emotions this run has been. We missed all of Norfair cleanup from Eagle, so now we're just going to see him pick up a missile. Oh, had a little difficulty with a Shine Spark there, unfortunately. But we'll get to see Crunchy do all of Norfair cleanup. So Eagle pulling a Lazarus there. Eagle getting the last missile back, no problem. Crunchy making his way through the Ross room. He did forfeit, but he unforfeited. I'm not sure if that was like an auto forfeit or what, but Crunchy going to be grabbing the early power bombs there and this missile tank, because those power bombs are technically possible to get early, but no one's figured out a way of doing it without dying yet. So Crunchy looks like he's forgotten where he's going. He should be heading up at this point. Maybe he thought there was a shortcut there or something. So now we're going to see Eagle going to the single most out of the way item in the game. It's about a 3-minute detour, just for 3-minute detour for a single power bomb pack. We see Crunchy play it safe by not going for Norfair space. Oh no, Crunchy's a little low. Bonking that early, I'm not sure if it's faster to just go back and redo it or not, because this is a long room. I'm actually not sure if this was the best choice. It may have been, but I'm not sure. It's close. So now Crunchy going to be picking up a missile pack and a super missile pack in this room. Eagle has an extra power bomb here, so if he misplaces that one, it's not a big deal, but he doesn't misplace it, so not a problem. And Crunchy, bonking that space boost a little early, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. He's going to be waiting here for that block to reform. Oh, ran a smidgen too early there. And we'll see him just spark right back across this room. And now we're going to see Eagle make his way back towards everything else. I think at this point, Eagle mostly has everything. He just has to head back towards where you started suitless. Crunchy opting to screw attack through those giant side hoppers. Not the worst thing in the world. So Eagle's going to be heading back towards where you start suitless to pick up a couple of items there, and then he's going to be heading towards the final boss. Crunchy opting for the upper path. That's a little unusual. Usually you'll see people take the lower path, but I'm not sure it makes a huge difference. Eagle picking up this power bomb tank now because Eagle got glass tube, so Crunchy making his way up. He's going to be picking up a missile pack here that he didn't grab earlier. And he's going for the space boost. It looks like he was a little too low there. So we're probably just going to see him run along the floor and spark back. I'm not sure if we'll see him spark back up. Nope. Those last blocks are not destructible, unlike every other identical block in this room. So now Eagle's slowly making his way back through the mothership for the third time. Crunchy not quite getting the spark there. It is faster to get a spark if you have to go into that room. And he's shooting out the blocks. Oh no. That's unfortunate. So he's going to be resetting the room. Shooting out those blocks is, obviously bad because you need the speed boost. So now we're going to be seeing Crunchy setting up for the tutorial spark. It's basically just a long ball spark that takes you across this room. Eagle's slowly making his way out. Well, not like slowly, but they're just really out of the way. He's getting there, just it's taking some time just because of how far away it is. Fancy little space boost here. Doesn't get the map, but Crunchy, he almost gets that smaller Norfair space boost. So now this Eagle's got 99% at the moment. Just a single item left for him to collect, and that's an energy tank. And that energy tank is located right next to the final boss. So not much backtracking left for Eagle at this point. He just goes right to the final boss, grabs that E-tank, and finishes the game. And Crunchy making his way through. Oops, has a little bit of an issue with the block there. Crunchy's going to be picking up this missile pack and then going towards the out-of-the-way power bomb tank. Yeah, he plays this strat a little safe. I can't blame him. It's kind of tight. So that's very much not an unheard of strat. Eagle making use of a power bomb to clear all this out. And going to be retracing his steps from when he originally got power bombs here. Crunchy going to be retracing his steps from Suitless a little bit. And so now we'll see Eagle play a power bomb here. Destroy those blocks. I didn't really get to talk about power bomb management much because power bomb management is a very important part of this run. Yep, Eagle's gonna go for the space jump E-tank. This saves I think about 5 seconds or so. Yeah, he gets it easy every time. That's probably not a huge number of people who are going to feel bold enough to try that in a race, but Eagle goes for it pretty much every time. I'd be surprised if we saw anything else from him. So now Eagle's entering the final boss here. Crunchy is maneuvering his way through the ruins towards this incredibly inconveniently located power bomb. So Eagle gets a nice quick swipe, but he misses a lot of supers. Shouldn't matter. You have more than enough supers to dispatch Mecha Ridley. Oh, that's a very clean fight. Very good fight from Eagle. So now we'll see if Eagle opts to do the best strat in the game. It doesn't look like it. Yeah. Eagle opts not to do the door bomb, so unfortunately he's going to lose about 0.06 of a second there. But that's not the big problem. The big problem is the gigantic amount of style points he lost out on. Crunchy's, after an enormous amount of backtracking, picked up a single power bomb tank. It's incredibly inconveniently located, but we have to get it. If you're going to go for a 99% world record, skip that power bomb tank. Although it's not nearly as common to miss as it might seem, just because it's so out of the way. So now we're going to see Eagle go for the last trick in the game, the Shine Break. It's a 3-4 frame window, I think, with a pretty good visual cue, so didn't quite get the pirate with the charge shot, but it's fine. I wouldn't expect Eagle to have any issues with this, just because of how consistent of a player he is. Yeah. Eagle gets Escape Spark, no problem. Then he just has to deal with the Black Pirates, and then he'll be finishing, and we'll actually get to see his time on SRL. And Crunchy is making his way back towards the rest of the game. Eagle has finished, and it looks like he's finished with an SRL time of 1:20:02, which is almost a full 10 minutes slower than his PB. So I'm sure he's feeling fairly frustrated by how that run went with all the technical difficulties he had to deal with. But that's a run for Eagle. Everyone who made tournament predictions was probably sweating quite a bit at the thought of Eagle forfeiting in his first match, but here we are. I don't know what Crunchy's PB is, so I have no idea how well he's doing relative to that. But now we see him make his way down towards the first part of this game, and I'd be surprised if Eagle jumped in here. He's probably not really in a particularly good mood at the moment. But now we see Crunchy opting to shoot the pirate. That's smart because he only has one power bomb. Going up, that's a bit less smart because he has to bomb that block, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Oh, he didn't kill the pirate, so those are in the way. I'm not sure he's going to be able to get the spark at this point. Looks like that room went a little. That room didn't go as well as he probably would have liked. And oh, he already got the map. I don't know how I missed that. So he didn't have to worry about getting the map. Just something. Picks up the final super missile tank of the game. And now he's on his way to pick up the last power bomb tank. And then he's just gonna head up to Mecha Ridley's spot and pick up that E-tank and finish the game. So now we'll probably see him use a bomb strat in this room to preserve power bombs. You want power bombs in 2 places here. So we see him preserve his 2 power bombs for that. Smart choice. And now we're going to see him make his way back through this. Oh, he bombs the floor. Unfortunate. Small time loss. That's not a huge deal. Oh, he didn't get the strap, but that's okay because he has a power bomb, so it's not a huge deal. Power bomb takes out all those blocks, no trouble. So now I'll be seeing Eagles in game time coming up. I'm not sure what to expect here. I'm thinking probably like a 50. I don't know. I honestly don't know because I have no idea how much he paused. But it looks like he's got an in-game time of 52:10. So that's still a fairly respectable game time for Eagle. That's the sort of time that there's not actually all that many runners who can get that sort of a time anyway. So Crunchy, yeah, we see him go for the Shine Spark to the E-Tank. Can't blame him. Space Jump E-Tank is, as much as we like to joke about how free it is, it's not the easiest trick in the world. So now we'll be seeing Crunchy coming into having a bit of difficulty with the Space Jump there. Space Jump being notoriously difficult in Metroid games, just in general. So Crunchy is just going to be entering Mecha Ridley, and then we'll make sure he's got 100%. I think he has. I don't remember him missing any items. But we'll be looking for this fight to take more than 6 supers. If it takes 6 supers, Crunchy's got a pretty serious problem. And yeah, he's got 100%. Good, nothing to worry about. Kind of getting some unfortunate patterns there, but it's not a huge deal on 100% because you have the health to just tank through it. But I can read these down for Crunchy. So see if he tries to go for more style points with the door bomb or not. It doesn't look like he's going to. Yeah, he opts to just use the standard charge beam strat. Which, you know, door bomb's a frame saver. It's not even one of those things that's worth practicing. You just kind of do it and hope you get it. So now Crunchy's going to be doing his escape. He's going to be looking to get Escape Spark on his first try as well here. Other than that, there's not much else left in Escape. The Black Pirates aren't nearly as big a deal in 100% as they are in any percent. Again, just because you have the health, you can just face tank them. So really the big thing here is Escape Spark. So we might, he gets hit by the thing. That's a small time loss. It's not a big deal. So we'll be looking for him to... He's opting not to use his super here. I'm not sure Oh, he's making a bold move. Because he's got the... He did not have the work bot in the best position, so he has to move. Looks like I had disconnected there. I heard the Discord voice notification, but that was just me disconnecting. So we'll see if he pops in here in a minute for the interview. But at the moment, we'll watch the credits, wait for his game time. So. Yep. Oh, he's in general. Oh, there he is. Hello, Crunchy.
Hello, John. What's going on?
Eagle had some technical difficulties with his capture card. It crashed on him twice and he had to reset his computer.
Oh no!
So that was a real roller coaster of emotions there.
Did he still finish?
Yeah, he forfeited, then he unforfeited, and then he finished.
Okay, because I saw that in the SRL, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, that was a real roller coaster of emotions. So how was that a PD for you? I saw that your timer was blue.
Yeah, 1 minute and 3 seconds.
Oh, very nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's always nice when you get the PB in a race, especially in a tournament race.
Now I kind of feel bad because I was like praying. All I want to do, if I can finish within 10 minutes of Eagle, I'll consider it a win. But I was not like this. I didn't want him to have technical difficulties and finish within 10 minutes of him. You know, I wanted us to both do pretty well. Is what I wanted.
Yeah.
Eagle, congrats. Sorry to hear about that trouble.
That's okay. I mean, what are you gonna do? I don't really know why that happened. Like,
Yeah, I haven't seen you have any issues with your capture card before.
It's not really my capture card. It's just Amaranth. That's a very, very bad piece of software. I've had issues with it in the past, but it's pretty rare that it happens. And then it happened twice during this run, and it was not great.
If it's gonna happen, of course it's gonna happen in the tournament, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I tried to play as much as I could while I was fixing it, but I had to like legitimately pause a couple of times to get everything started up, because as soon as I closed Amaranth, when it's crashed like that, my entire computer just blue screens immediately, every time without fail.
So since we have no real idea how the run went, how did the run go?
I mean, I still got a 52, right? I don't want to say it was terrible, but it's hard to play when you're fixing things, so sometimes stuff happens. And I had a bad start, obviously.
Yeah, we missed out on... That start was pretty rough. We missed out on, I think, most of Ridley and Norfair.
Yeah.
And then we missed pretty much all of cleanup.
I tried to fix it as fast as I could, but my computer doesn't exactly restart very, very fast for the most part. Yeah. And then I had to make sure that I got into the race again, because I think SRL just auto puts you out of the race at some point if you was away for too long.
I was wondering what that was about. I found it hard to believe that you would have just rage quit.
That's just an auto thing it does.
Okay.
But at least they could rejoin, so it wasn't a big issue. Yeah. We could still follow along with the real time. At least that way.
You had everyone scared for their bracket predictions there.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone just has Eagle just winning every single round.
Well, GTAs, I'm sorry about the difficulties. That's not fun to race against.
Hey, you know, I'm just glad I had an okay race myself, because at the beginning I was actually really nervous. Then I kind of leveled out after a couple of minutes, and I did all right. I feel pretty happy about how I did.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You get to face Manitoba in losers bracket, I see.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Look for him to run the late wave route by you before that race.
He can run whatever the heck he wants, because he'll still probably wind up ahead. No, that's when everyone have a good time watching, you know?
Yeah, I can agree with that, you know? Not about winning or losing, it's about putting on a good show.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm gonna see if I can do something with Amaranth to not have this happen next tournament match, because if it happens again and I have to fix it, I am probably losing.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me pull up the bracket here, see where you guys are both going.
I have to beat Rosser next if I want to continue.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a really tough matchup. I think your PB is what, like 4 minutes faster than his?
I think it's like 3, but I mean.
Yeah, I actually don't remember what Ross's.
I had a very rough start, and I had like some very, very rough issues, like a couple of other places as well. So
that Brinstar was not the nicest thing I've seen.
No, it definitely wasn't.
And then Krunchylex racing Manitoba, as we already said.
Yep, we'll see how that goes. I'll have to figure out when we're doing that, I guess.
Yep, should be. It looks like the next set of matches should all be pretty solid. Looks like in the winners bracket we have Eagle and Rossu, myself and Mobius Man, Dragon Fangs and Mickey New, and Paulsmore and JRP.
Oh, I should ask you. I mean, it's not really your race right now, but how are you feeling about going up against Mobius?
Great.
Are you ready for it?
I'm confident. You know what? I'm confident that win or lose, it's going to be an excellent race.
Okay. That's
really all you can ask for.
I mean, that's inspirational, but it's not really fun for the viewers. We need more trash talk. We need more.
Do we need more trash talk?
Confidence. Yeah. You know, stuff like that.
I mean, I beat Mobius's PB when he was on Japanese.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So, you know, basically free. And then, so, you know.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
That's that. I don't know if we have anything coming up on this channel next or not. I don't have the schedule up in front of me.
I know our next race is on Saturday, I believe, unless someone else schedules one before then.
Yeah, I think the next race in this tournament is on Saturday. But
Not until Saturday. Wow.
Well, we have a lot of new matches to schedule now, so
yeah, I guess so.
Three races out of the way here, so we'll be looking. We might get one or two more in this week.
All right. Well, GG Crunchy. I'm gonna hop out.
Yep.
All right. Congrats, Eagle. Thanks a bunch, and good luck.
Yep.
Next time.
Likewise.
Good race to both of you. And I'm gonna let Fiesel, I think, run into whatever's going on next. So I hope you guys enjoyed the race, and I'll see you next time.